Hey, what's going on, everybody? And just back again for another video. Today we're going to be discussing the PlayStation promotional video. Hashtag see the future. Hashtag PlayStation 2013. Hashtag $599 US. Hashtag giant enemy crabs. That's what we're going to be discussing today. For those unaware of this promotional video, a couple of days ago, Sony revealed this little teaser of some sorts on YouTube, essentially highlighting the future of PlayStation. It will all be revealed this President's Day. February 20th is President's Day here in the US, right? Well, whatever. Anyway, now there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor on this here interwebs on what that announcement could be. The number one most suspected thing, the PlayStation 4. Now, before we actually get on to the video, like I mentioned earlier, this is all just going to be speculation and rumor talk, so what I'm going to be here to do today is not tell you guys what is official, what is legit, what is factually going to happen. Instead, give you guys my personal viewpoint on what I think is going to go down. Now, in regards to the PlayStation 4 announcement, personally, I don't think that's what's going to happen. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't ever think that they are not going to announce sometime this year because, like I said, it's going to happen. It's about that time for these console manufacturers to debut new hardware. And especially considering that one of their main competitors already has their system out on the market, yeah, they're going to have to reveal their hardware at some point. However, I don't think it's going to be at this show. I think it's going to be maybe sometime nearing E3. Within the next 6 to 8 months, I think we're going to know all about what's going to come from the Sony and Microsoft camp. But on the flip side of things, I can see how this would make sense. I was talking this over with a couple of my friends, and it might play a part in terms of how they are marketing it. Because as you guys know, when it comes to Sony Marketing and Sony PR and all those statements, yeah, one way or another, they're just really not that good at this stuff. So when it comes to next generation, they knew that they would have to improve on that. A couple of us were talking about how maybe all of those statements that they've been making, saying that they wouldn't be the first, they wouldn't let Microsoft outstage them, so they're going to let Microsoft release first before they come out with their new hardware. Maybe all of that stuff was just trolling. Maybe they said that to get on Microsoft. Maybe it's all just an elaborate troll attempt just to give Microsoft this like false sense of superiority. And then a couple months later they come out with this video saying that yeah, in like 3 weeks we're going to debut our new hardware. That would seriously piss the hell out of Microsoft, because it'd be different if they announced this thing a couple months ago, like, yeah, we're holding this event. No, they said, we're going to let Microsoft come out first, then they release this video saying in under a month, something big is going to go down. Shit is going to happen. Now, like I said, this is all just rumor and speculation, so who's to say that that is actually going to happen? But my God, if that's the truth, holy shit, Microsoft is going to get pissed off. I don't think Sony is going to wait for them to release the system like they did last time. I think that if they are going to release it, it's going to be sometime within the same month or the same window period launch, because they can't wait a whole year and let them get an upstage on the competition, you know what I'm saying? And it would make some sense for them to have a specific conference debuting the PlayStation 4, because like with the PlayStation Vita, when they revealed that, it was its own little separate thing in Japan, and then they did a proper unveiling during E3. Maybe it's going to be the same situation. Who's to say? Now, out of the things that I want to see at this event, like I said, we're just playing around if the PlayStation 4 wasn't announced. I think it might have something to do with the Sony Universe in terms of the future. I think that Sony is trying to integrate everybody into one central hub. The thing about technology nowadays is that it's not necessarily how to get somebody into technology, it's how to make sure that they never leave the technology. Like, example, for iPods and Apple and their entire universe of things. All of your stuff is connected by one central hub, and it's so easy for you to get into contact with people through this central hub, this linking and all that junk, but you guys already understand that, so I don't really have to further explain it to you. Maybe Sony's trying to continue doing that. As we know, they acquired Gaikai recently, so they're probably going to focus more on cloud gaming, maybe focus a bit more on the smartphone market sort of deal. You know, that's just in terms of like the whole universe side of things, social integration, because next generation, these consoles are going to have to rely heavily on social integration, because it's no longer just a box in your living room. It's a box that can do almost everything. You know, it's like a gimped version of a PC, except with prettier interfaces. Now, let's just say that they're not doing that. Maybe it could be a giant software showcase. Because as you guys know, when it comes to the Sony side of things, software-wise, it's really not looking too good. And before anyone says,
what the hell are you saying it's not looking too good? Look at Microsoft, they got no exclusives.
I'm saying it's not looking good for Sony. Not looking good for Sony would still be amazing for Microsoft in terms of game. You know, we have Last of Us, we have God of War Ascension, we have Beyond coming out. That's great, but for systems like the Vita, it's not looking too good. And before anyone says that I'm one of the Vita haters, really, go check out my Twitter. Look at all the tweets I say praising the Vita, because I really do enjoy the Vita. It's just that the software really isn't there. I don't think that it's doomed. I don't think that it's never going to have games. It's definitely going to have games. For a developer not to take advantage of this hardware, it's kind of foolish. I think we're going to see a lot of Japanese games in time. I just think that it's a bit too slow. The system's almost been on the market for a year, and we haven't been seeing too many great games out there. But like I said, we're going to see more games. It's just they're not coming at a fast enough rate. Maybe this software is to show that, hey guys, all of our PlayStation developers, yeah, we're releasing PS Vita versions of all these games! Last of Us, PS Vita. God of War Ascension, PS Vita. Yo, oh my god, people would flip the fuck out. I doubt that's going to happen, but maybe a PS Vita showcase, maybe those games. And imagine, freaking imagine, that's great. Wow. This whole thing, see the future, is Sony Marketing. Sony finally hired new managers for their marketing division, and they finally know how to market shit. Hashtag KB the return 2013, baby. Kevin Butler's coming back. Hashtag Michael Part 2 to Michael. Hashtag that little black kid who promoted the the PSP. Oh, I can't even spell nowadays. Yo. Imagine it's Kingdom Hearts 3. Imagine if it's Versus 13. Imagine The Last Guardian. An entire showcase for The Last Guardian. Man, I'm fucking done. That would just make my day. That would make my entire year. It's like, hey guys, we haven't forgotten it. Here it is. Woo! Awesome! But anyway, what do you guys think is going to go down on February 20th of 2013? PlayStation 4 announcement. PS Universe showcase, PS Vita games, The Last Guardian, Kevin Butler's return. Who's to say? I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm NGS signing out. Post your comments, video responses, all of that wonderful jazz, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.